Okay, one other thing I wanted to bring up, and that is the bullying at work and the nepotism. We had one welder, Mr. MV, and he had threatened me on 2 different occasions to stomp my butt, and he didn't use nice words. And both times he did this, it was in front of my immediate supervisor, Mr. MK. And the second time it happened, I can't believe it. When the welder walked out after threatening me, my boss looked at me and told me, "You are going to have to do something about this. We can't have this happening at work." My mind was blown. Normally, if somebody threatens another employee, the one doing the threatening gets in trouble. But I'm the one who got in trouble for being threatened. So I went home, I talked to a family member who is a police officer, and I talked to a very good friend that I've known for a lot of years, Judge Moravitz. And both of them told me that what he did was illegal. It's called a terroristic threat. And I should call the police. So the next day when I went into work, I saw my boss, and I told him, "Hey boss, that problem with that welder, it's taken care of." My boss asked me, "What did you do?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, next time he does that, next time he threatens me, I'm going to call the police, have them come up here, arrest him on the job. Then I'm going to file a restraining order to where he can't threaten me on the job anymore." My boss told me we can't have that. I told my boss, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to fight him. I'm not going to play his game. I'm here to work, I'm here to earn a living, and there's nothing else I can do but go by the law." And I guess they must have had a talk with him, because that ended. He hasn't threatened me once since. He did rear-end me this year in my car, told me he was going to be man enough to pay for it, and then when it came down to it, I got a friend that was going to do the work for me, cheap. I told him the estimate is around $500 to $550 on the damage of my car. He basically cussed me and told me there's no way in hell he's going to pay that. So now I have to sue him. So I took my car down to a professional Chevrolet body shop, because it's a Chevrolet, and they gave me an estimate of around $1,100 to get it fixed. The way small claims court works, and with his threats to me in the past, I can increase that $1,100 much further. And when I get a chance, I will sue him. I have up to 2 years to bring a lawsuit against him. I want the money to fix my car. And that's all there is to it. There was another fellow that was threatening me. He was harassing me on the job. I sent several letters to the company over this fellow, and they ignored all my letters. And one day, after about the 5th or 6th letter, 5th or 6th time of him harassing me, I was outside and I saw him spit on the window of my car as he was walking in. I immediately called my boss. I sent him a picture of the spit on my window, and I told my boss he needed to get in there now. This was a Saturday morning. And when my boss got in, I told him, since the company had decided they don't want to do anything about me being harassed on the job constantly while I'm trying to do my job, that I will take care of it. I will go in there, I will take a 2x4, and I will lay it upside the man's head, affirmatively. And my boss felt that wouldn't be a good idea, and he told me the best thing would be for me to go home. And I felt, if they're not going to do anything, yes, I did threaten violence. And I'm sorry, I was fed up. I'm tired of people threatening me and my hands tied because of company policy that you can't do anything. I rely on the company to defend me in situations like this. They fired the fellow. And when they did, I found out he had been harassing 5 other people. And with all these people that are related and friends of the supervisors, we have 2 Hispanic fellows. One of them made a mistake on a bellow, and he got suspended for 3 days. I feel that's discrimination. Truthfully, I don't think it's racial discrimination because he's Hispanic. I think that the company is just looking, they've got to punish somebody, and they've got to make an example of somebody. Well, this particular somebody was not related and was not friends of any member of management. And it just so happened he was Hispanic. Now, there's another Hispanic fellow. He made a mistake on a punch, the Tennessee punch. And he broke some tooling, quite expensive. Not nearly the expense that I've seen caused by family and friends of management. And he got suspended for 5 days. Again, I feel that's discrimination. from my outside point of view. Because if they're going to punish people, they need to punish everybody equally across the board. But like Mr. PE and Mr. CA said, this is a pick and choose, case by case basis on the rules and safety. And I don't understand it. Not one bit. I don't know how much further I can go with this, but I'm going to contact every agency I can when I get done with this, and I'm going to spread this like wildfire. I want people to know what's going on at Senior Flexonics Pathway, New Braunfels, Texas, because it's not safe. I am scared for my life when I go in there. If one of these tests, if they had had that up to 62 pounds and I had been in there and it blew up, I could have been in the safe zone. But a piece of metal could have fallen, hit me, and killed me. It's extremely dangerous when you have unqualified people doing jobs like this. It's extremely dangerous when you don't give the proper protective equipment to your employees when they're working on the floor making the money for you. You get your bonuses, Mr. Everybody in management. We get nothing but our hours cut and no raises. Thank you very much. Good day.